So I just built a new AI tool I know that you haven't seen before, and you're never going to go back to using ChatGPT for your social media posts again. I'll show you exactly why that is. This is the actual right way to use AI for social media content and content generation. Nobody's doing this. Here's the problem. People assume that AI should create content for them, but what they're really doing is a brain dump into ChatGPT and hoping that it formats it in a way that's going to be successful on a platform like LinkedIn. Or they're just copying an article or a website and putting into Claude or Gemini and just, again, hoping it spits out something that's going to be successful. The only strategy I've seen get some real traction is using a specialized tool like EasyGen, where it'll format it specifically for the platform. But there's always something missing. If you're looking through LinkedIn, you can tell what is AI generated, and the reason is it's not authentic. It's providing no value. It's just generic and mass produced. What's the missing piece? Why would I use AI at all then? There is a right way to use AI for your content strategy on LinkedIn, and that is to iterate and improve your entire content pipeline. Here's what I mean. So I built this AI tool. All of my LinkedIn posts are on here, every single one, and I've broken it apart in all the pieces. I've got my engagement. I really just scraped my own profile to get this stuff. The reason why AI is important here, for each of these posts, I'm going to extract certain tags that can only be generated by either a human or AI. So what I mean by that is, what's the tone of the post? Is it promotional? Is it reflective? Is it collaborative? What's the structure of it? Is it an announcement? Is it a list? Is it a call to action? Are you saying that you achieved something? What emotions are you trying to elicit? Excitement, gratitude, curiosity? How about your call to action? Is it a direct interaction, or are you more engagement focused? And then even you can categorize the type of hooks that you're using. Are you asking a question? Is it something related to an achievement that you have? Are you calling out a certain problem? These are all things that you would have to go and manually do yourself through each of your social media posts. But guess what? That's not even the real way to use AI yet. So this is all in Airtable. And one of the cool things about Airtable is you can have these interfaces. And as I look at my engagement all the way down here, I got some cool stats and graphs and all that. That's great. But it's all just numbers on a page. It does tell you nice things. And then when you put it into context, hey, I can see that my call to action hooks are actually doing pretty good. Or, people really like when I talk about AI projects, for example. Maybe not so much AI news, for another example. But really, here is the main thing that I want to show you. Common factor analysis. People are using AI to just generate content from scratch with no rhyme or reason. Instead, I want you to think about using AI to understand why your top performing posts are performing well and why your bottom performing posts are not performing well. And the way that you do that is you look at your top 10% and you find out what's in common. And then you look at your bottom 10%, you find out what's in common there. And you do more of what works and less of what doesn't. So here's an example of that. I used AI and all the tags and all the information that I have extracted with AI. It asked it to do a common factor analysis. So my achievement-based hooks are actually the best things that I do. Structure, a problem solution framework seems to be the best, most successful for me. AI focused on process improvement. That makes sense to me. But what about my bottom factors? Let's see, text only, not doing great. I'm probably very jargon heavy in my bottom performers. So I can create my top common factors, my bottom common factors, but it's still too much words for me, right? I can take those common factor analyses and then fill that with our stats to create essentially this AI director or AI coach to help you get better at your social media content. It's going to tell me straight up, this is what you're going to do for your next post. You're going to post on Tuesday in the late afternoon in a square video format. You'll talk about your AI projects and process improvements. You're going to use excitement and empowerment in terms of your tone. You'll use a storytelling sort of structure as well. So This is how specific it can be to help you get better over time. And it's going to say, hey, you're going to focus 70% of your effort on doing what works. And then you're going to do 30% of your effort on experimenting with low record count, but high opportunity areas. For example, I only got a couple posts for Sunday, but they seem to be doing really well. So maybe I should try that in the future. And now I've got this coach in my back pocket for social media content and strategy. This is way better than what people are doing, where they just toss some article or some brain dump into ChatGPT. And it's just not authentic. I get to keep my own voice in all of this. I'm coming up with a content strategy that aligns with my intent, and you avoid all that manual nonsense. If I didn't have the AI aspect of this, I'd have to go extract and really think myself, well, what kind of hook is this? Or what kind of like storytelling structure am I using? Or what emotions am I trying to elicit and hear, blah, blah, blah. That's just way too much effort for the amount of LinkedIn and social media I want to do. Instead, I'm going to spend my time building out this AI content pipeline. And this is just the start of where this system could go. I put in maybe a couple hours into building this thing. You can imagine this is step one. Step two, I have this self-improving system. Let's review the entire pipeline and see what's working, what's not, and then let's generate your next post based off of your top 10% performers. So that's where it comes full circle. Then you can start using AI to generate your content. It's all it's a self-sustaining system in a way. If you like stuff like that and you want to see what this ends up evolving into, then just follow my page. But also let me know what other types of AI related solutions you'd like me to build or test out. Thanks.